Good afternoon. This is Yazid Muhammad, and I'm coming to you from Born Again Africa. And I appreciate you all watching our videos and pressing like and also subscribing to our channel is really the support we need in order to continue on and to be able to give you good information. So if any of the information that I share with you and it's informative or you get something out of it, please subscribe, maybe like it or make a comment. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so agribusiness. Agribusiness is something that I have a great interest in. I've always admired farmers, and when I initially came to Ghana, I went on to their, I did some research about before coming to Ghana. I found out what some of their major exports were and some of the different crops that were, different things that were grown in Ghana. And then, when I came to Ghana, I didn't do much farming or anything like that, and I don't have a background in farming, but I had an interest. So, when I got an opportunity to do a little gardening, I began to start doing a little gardening. But since I've been here, I've met different levels of farmers. So, some farmers that are 100 acres, some farmers that are, 1 acre, some farmers that are 4 acres, some farmers that are farming for export, some farmers that are farming for hand to mouth, some farmers that are just producing herbs, some that are only producing vegetables, and some that are mainly just do tree farming. So what I come to learn was there are so many different types of farming that I did have the aqua farming is also another thing, as well as the husbandry, and that is the keeping of farm animals, that being goats, chickens, as a poultry farmer, cattle rancher, somebody that's moving cows and these type of things like that. So it's just such a vast business to involve yourself in, and many of it is, I think, interconnected. So agribusiness. So as I began to talk to some of the farmers, and I did an interview with Alimo Godfrey, who's an award-winning farmer in Ghana, and he farms, he has mango plantation as well as cattle, and also he produces fingerlings for fish pond, that is tilapia, and I think he also has a fish ponds rather. So he gave me a lot of great insight, but Brother Alimo is not the only farmer that I've also spoken with. A lot of farmers, they involve, a lot of people dibble and dabble into farming depending on your level or your size. So talking with a lot of the farmers, what I had a sit down with a brother from Drapong. He's an older man, and he's a very serious, farming is his business. So he approached me. He saw me there buying seeds and things from his store, and where he then asked about coming to my business and wanted to sit down and talk to me about doing some business. So I wasn't a serious farmer then. I wasn't in a position. So I invited a sister I know, African American sister I know that lives in the area, who had been having some interest in farming. And it's interesting when you meet people that want to, people talk about things that they would like to do, but the practicality of doing some of the things becomes a bit challenging. I would say a lot of us, the diasporans, many of us, especially those that come from the United States, we come with the mentality that we are coming to, do a lot of the actual farming. And I don't know that it's necessarily going to be that way, though it can be that way, depending on your will to do it. One thing about, I would say, doing business in Ghana, any kind of business, is that your presence is paramount. You need to be at the site, on the site, watching everybody and everything. That's just the nature of doing the business. But talking to the farmers, they were telling me, like the brother I was talking to, he was like, Yazi, how big of a farm do you want to start? He's already farming. Maybe there's something we can farm, or he can farm it and we can work on the exporting of it. or he can farm it. He has, not only does he have a farm, but he also has trucks. And what I've come to learn is that is maybe as important to the actual farming is the movement of the product or produce to the marketplace. And that's where I saw the opportunity for logistics and for an investor to come in and observe the market. Let's use potatoes, or not potatoes, but plantain or something like that, where you go to a plantation or a farm, a huge farm, and you go and buy maybe 2 trucks, a tipper truck or a pickup truck, huge amount of plantain. When you buy it like that, you will get it at a cheaper price and then take it to the market. And then when you go to the market, that's where you'll make your profit on the markup, on the moving either you will, as entering into the business, maybe you will have the trucks and the labor to move it from the farm to the marketplace. That's a key part of it, because a lot of the farmers, they can grow it fine, but getting it to the market is sometimes the challenge. As well, from that you can also come to the market and buy at the marketplace and use that produce to then put it into the international market. And there's ways to do it, as you get yourself into the business and you begin to learn the ins and outs and who and where is producing what at what time. And Africa, or Ghana specifically, is my experience, but we have 2 rainy seasons, so there's always vegetation growing. There's very few times you go to the market and you won't find this or that. So once you learn the timing of things and how things are grown and when things are produced, then you can kind of gauge and know when to enter yourself into that particular market. Maybe mangoes, for instance. Mangoes, they fruit twice a year. So there's two defined seasons. So when you be able to push or go and buy in bulk and then push it to the marketplace. Another side of the agribusiness is manufacturing. Taking the raw material and then putting it into a packaged form. Just down the street from my business, Born Again Africa, on Akamufie Road in the Akamu village, is a orange grove. And maybe the orange grove is about 50 acres. It's huge. And he produces oranges and sells them. People come. I've gone there to buy my oranges by the sack. Go and pick it myself and put it in the sack and retail it at my own business, or use it to make orange juice for different things like that. So I when living with Effie Hankra, I thought that we didn't necessarily have to reinvent the wheel or start farming. We could actually just try and do a support business to an existing farm. If we could have made a canning plant or made a juicing plant and juiced and boxed the juice and then distributed it across Ghana and possibly the whole West Africa, and maybe export it. The potential is great. Plantain. You can get maybe next to a plantain farm and start making your own plantain chips. And package it. A manufacturing plant that will process them and package them, label them, and distribute them. That's an important part of, I would say, something that we did in the diaspora, and our, being in Africa and Ghana here, you can see it's an important aspect that we're missing in our business model, and that is the creating the finished product. Sure, we get the raw material, but we need to also have the finished product so that we control the whole line of production all the way into the retail aspect of it. And that's an important part of the agribusiness. But I think for those that want to come and farm, I'll take my hat off to you. Go for it, and you get an area to go and do that. But for the type of businesses that maybe we want to choose to do, we don't want to be in competition with a Ghanaian brother or sister here also farming the same thing. So it may be the position that we choose to take in the in the business or agribusiness is which is crucial, so that we have a partnership and one will support the other, and that's what I feel about agribusiness. Good afternoon. This is Yazid Muhammad, and I'm coming to you from Born Again Africa. And I appreciate you all watching our videos and pressing like and also subscribing to our channel. Is really the support we need in order to continue on and to be able to give you good information. So if any of the information that I share with you and it's informative or you get something out of it, please subscribe, maybe like it or make a comment. We really appreciate it. Thank you.